Brother Justice Rajiv Shakdher, Brother Justice Suresh Kait, gracious family members of Justice Shakdher and Justice Kait, my esteemed colleagues at the High Court, Mr. Chetan Sharma, Additional Solicitor General, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, Honorary Secretary, Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Jatan Singh, Vice President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Secretary, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sanjay Lau, Standing Counsel, Criminal, Government of NCT of Delhi, Mr. Santosh Tripathi, Standing Counsel, Civil, Government of NCT of Delhi, Standing Counsel of the Central and State Government, Executive Members of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, Office Bearers of Bar Council of Delhi and other district bar associations, Senior Advocates, Members of the Bar, Members of the print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to all of you. We have assembled here to bid farewell to two esteemed judges of this court, Justice Rajiv Shakdher, who has been elevated as Chief Justice of the High Court of Himachal Pradesh, and Justice Suresh Kait, who has been elevated as the Chief Justice of the High Court of Madhya Pradesh. It is a special moment as we are bidding farewell to two of the senior-most judges of this court who are proceeding to write a new chapter in their lives. Justice Shakdher was born on 19th October 1962. He completed his education from the St. Columbus School in Delhi and enrolled in BCom Honours course for graduation at University of Delhi. After graduating in 1984, Justice Rajiv Shakdher, decided to pursue LLB and got admission in the Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. He completed his LLB in 1987 and enrolled as an advocate in the Bar Council of Delhi on 19th November 1987. A man of sharp intellect that he has always been, Justice Shakdher also completed Chartered Accountancy in the same year from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. On 29 January 1988, he was inducted as an associate member in the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Despite professional engagements, Justice Shakdher never compromised in his academic pursuits. He was selected as a Shivning Scholar, and in 1994, he went on to pursue the advanced course in law at the Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, University of London. Justice Shakdher had a diverse practice and used to appear before all prominent forums of the country. Apart from the Honorable Supreme Court and the various high courts of the country, he also had a significant practice before the tribunals dealing with insolvency, reconstruction, debt recovery, and company law. Although he has left an imprint on all the areas of law handled by him, either as a lawyer or as a judge, he always had a special inclination for commercial and constitutional law. On 8 December 2005, Justice Shakdher was designated as a senior advocate, followed by his elevation on the bench of this court on 11th April 2008. As a judge of this court, Justice Shakdher is immensely popular with the members of the bar and the common public. This is not only attributable to his judicial acumen, but also because he is known to give patient hearings to counsel appearing before him. Ladies and gentlemen, this address would be incomplete if Justice Shakdher's contributions on the administrative side are left unacknowledged. As a chairman of the Information Technology Committee, Justice Shakdher has been instrumental in introduction of e-filing systems across all court complexes in Delhi. E-Seva Kendras are some of the key initiatives which have taken shape under Justice Shakdher's leadership. He strongly believes in securing access to justice by use of technology, and this court has benefited greatly from his vision. I am confident that this court shall continue to benefit from the initiatives taken by him for the years to come. We are happy that Justice Shakdher is going to fill the office of Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh and are confident that he would serve that institution to the best of his abilities. Justice Kait was born on 24th May 1963 in district Kaithal in the state of Haryana. After his school education, Justice Kait enrolled in the humanities course for graduation at Kurukshetra University. During graduation, he displayed active interest towards extracurricular activities and was selected as unit leader in the National Service Scheme. He was also awarded the University Merit Certificate for his services in the scheme. After graduation, Justice Kait enrolled for his post-graduation in political science from Kurukshetra University. Alongside academics, Justice Kait was also active in the activities of the Students' Union of the University and was also elected as the Joint Secretary of the Union. Thereafter, he came to Delhi for pursuing LLB from the Campus Law Center, University of Delhi. On completion of the same, he enrolled as an advocate in the Bar Council of Delhi in 1989. Justice Kait was appointed as the Senior Counsel for the Union Public Service Commission and the Indian Railways. In 2004, he was also appointed as a Standing Counsel for the central government and continued to work in that capacity till he was elevated on the bench of this court. As a practitioner, Justice Kait got the unique opportunity to represent private clients as well as the government, which contributed significantly to his exposure as a lawyer. On 5th September 2008, Justice Kait was appointed as an additional judge of this court, and on 12th April 2013, he was appointed a permanent judge. During his tenure as a judge of the High Court, Justice Kait engaged with various issues of constitutional and public importance. In Nabi Alam versus State of NCT of Delhi, Justice Kait interpreted Section 50 of the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985 as regards the right of the accused to get a search conducted in the presence of the magistrate, and in doing so he adopted a fine balance between the constitutional safeguards of the accused and the right of the investigating agency to investigate fairly. In a similar manner, Justice Kait has enriched the jurisprudence in bail matters and other areas concerning the constitutional protection by his pronouncements. In a recent pronouncement concerning the reduction of sentence of a convict, a bench headed by Justice Kait adopted a reformatory approach and balanced the principles of sentencing by upholding the concept of reformation in criminal law. While hearing the contempt of court cases as well, Justice Kait has effectively conveyed the message that the administration of justice is not to be interfered with. Justice Kait is a decisive and a relief-oriented judge with a straightforward approach, and his performance has always been admired by the bar as well as the bench. Justice Kait is amongst the senior-most judges of this court, and in addition to his services on the judicial side, he has also contributed immensely on the administrative side. Justice Kait has been a part of many significant deliberations of this court on the administrative side, and his inputs have always been valuable. Justice Kait has been heading the Committee for Welfare of Judicial Officers of Delhi for a significant period of time and has proactively addressed the concerns of the judicial officers. Brother, we are happy that you have been chosen for the higher responsibility and are confident that your presence in Madhya Pradesh would inure to the benefit of the people of Madhya Pradesh. I express my best wishes to Justice Shakdher and Justice Kait and pray for their fulfilling tenure in Himachal Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. I also extend my best wishes to the esteemed family members of Justice Kait and Justice Shakdher. On behalf of this court, I wish you both a glorious time ahead, professionally and personally. We pray for your good health for all times to come. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Namaskar. I assume we are running short of time, and as we have it, the proceedings at 2:15 began 11 minutes late. So therefore, having been told to be a man of few words in the pre-lunch session, I think the mandate should be of fewer words now. That said, Honorable the Chief Justice, Designate Justice Manmohan, and the triumvirate, if I may say so, of Delhi, Himachal, and Madhya Pradesh, all esteemed judges of this honorable court, Mr. Mohit Mathur, the ever young president of the High Court Bar Association, may he continue that way, Mr. Jatan Singh, Vice President, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, the Honorary Secretary, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Secretary, Mr. Lau, Standing Counsel, all the senior advocates present here, including notably Mr. Amarjit Singh Chandiok, Senior Advocate, and my predecessor in interest, Mr. Ramesh Gupta, Mr. Verma, Ahluwalia Saab, all CGSCs are standing and sitting, standing on the aisles, because quite a few of them are standing on the aisles. Murari Tiwari Saab, you can't be missed. More importantly, the family members, Diksha ma'am, Saroj ma'am, all the family members, Kaushaljeet and Kritagya. आपको तो कृतज्ञ होना चाहिए कि आप पिताजी जा रहे हैं मध्य प्रदेश. कृतज्ञ भी होना चाहिए क्योंकि वो कुशलता से काम करते हैं. Karma su kaushalam, the Gita says, Karma su kaushalam. What is yoga? It's about perfection. Yoga, karma su kaushalam. इसलिए keep a tab. And to the left part, since we are short of time, I may only tell you that there are 10,000 people who watch you very closely, virtually. So be careful with your scripts. I'll start by saying, I'll be very short. I'll start by saying, Bhavatah Suyogya Safalatayai Abhinandanam, which means congratulations on your well-deserved success. Justice Shakdher and Justice Kait, your birth, school, achievements, oaths, all have been read. They are taken to be so. If anything is left, my friends will repeat and re-repeat. I need not go that far. Now for Justice Shakdher. The first thing that I want to say to this audience is, in our philosophy, the first bhakti is that of Madhya. Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. The Guru is the last. And for you, sir, your commitment, which I spoke of pre-lunch, was such that even though your dear mother was grossly unwell and in hospital for more than 3 months, you did not miss a single day in court. From hospital, you would come straight to court, do your work, and then go back. This is your commitment. जो अपनी माँ की भक्ति करता है, वो और किसी उसको भक्ति करने की आवश्यकता ही नहीं. The mother is the epitome of God. Insofar as your deep bonds with your great father were concerned, I have seen it with my own eyes. When your father passed away, I remember calling upon you on the first floor of your residence. And I mused to myself, ye abhi bhi kitabein leke baithe hue hain. Because judgmental as we are, and we are not supposed to be that way. When I went close, I saw a great man reading the Bhagavad Gita. See, this is how the man is. And I've seen him prostrate before God. The manner in which he does so, the panchang in which he does so, clearly shows his devotion and his commitment. We shall indeed, this court shall indeed miss you. And for the highlights that you do not know, may I tell you this. In court, you are a constant conversationalist who always would pose a why, which is not to accept the doctrine of res ipsa locutor as it is. You would go beyond that and say, why has this happened? And in unearthing that why, you would, with your own techniques of unearthing the truth, delve deeper and deeper into the sheaths of the unstated, and you would come to a conclusion which was all so very well and presented immaculately in your judgments. Your writing style, sir, your diction, your phraseology, your syntactical use of grammar, all, if I am to be 10 out of 10. And you said so, the bar is a judge of the judges. So here you are, sir. 10 out of 10 as a person, 10 out of 10 as a judge. And one thing more. Judges have a unique way. When they don't have to agree, no. But despite saying no, you were one of those who could turn around and actually agree with a counsel who was not making much headway. And for the youngsters, you would give that young fellow that rope which he could climb to success. You looked after the younger members of the bar, and I'm sure they will miss you immensely. Your humor, your quips, your comments, and indeed your personal equation could get to the root of the matter. Instead of saying Mr. Sharma or Mr. Chandyok, Mr. Chandyok will remain Mr. Chandyok. Nobody dare call him Amarjit. But yes, when somebody says, Chetan, look here, that puts aside the onerous part of the office which bears on you. And here you come. If the judge can get so close to you, he wants a solution. He wants a balance. He wants the truth. And you would cast aside everything. And that is one way of getting it to it. But that is your hallmark. That said, sir, you were a great commercial lawyer. You practiced on all sides. And wishing you all the very best in Himachal Pradesh. Justice Kait, आपकी खूब भूरी भूरी प्रशंसा हुई. उस प्रशंसा की श्रृंखला को आगे बढ़ाते हुए मैं सिर्फ यही कहूंगा कि अल्टीमेटली यहां न्याय ही प्रदत्त की जाती है. और न्याय किस तरह से प्रदत्त की जाती है उसके अपने अपने तरीके हैं. आपका भी एक अपना यूनिक तरीका है और आप मामले तक बहुत जल्दी पहुंच जाते थे. Ultimately, nobody had a grievance that Justice Kait ने ऐसा किया या Justice Kait ने वही किया जो बिल्कुल सही था. तो सर आपकी बड़ी humble beginnings रही हैं. You carried on, you made a name for yourself. Matrimonial matters में आपका जो योगदान है, especially getting the two warring spouses together, is to be remembered. आपका ये योगदान जब पहली दफा आपने इस बात को सुनिश्चित किया कि the ladies will also be कर्ताज in the Hindu United Family, ये आपकी contribution हमेशा याद रखी जाएगी. आप भारत के मध्य में यानी मध्य प्रदेश में जा रहे हैं. आपका दिल ना कभी बाएं होता है ना राइट होता है, वो मध्य में ही रहता है. कैथल भी मध्य में ही है अगर उसका इक्वेटर दिया जाए. वैसे आप लोग हंस तो रहे हो, आप जानते नहीं मेरी नानी और इनका गांव एक से. तो they have to catch a flight. The others have to read the scripts. And you all have to listen. For those listening virtually, for those here, a very, very, very affectionate and loving send-off, but with a slight twist. Farewells are never too good a phrase to use. There's something sad about it. I think let's change this. For you, this is not a farewell. For you, this is a fared well. You have fared very well. I'll conclude this with a penultimate round of applause. Swasti prajabhyah paripalayanta nyayena margena mahin mahishaha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam lokaha samastha sukhina bhavantu. May the well-being of all people be protected. May the success be with all divinity and scholars. May all the world's loka become bhavatu sukhina bhavantus. This is our motto. Jai Hind. Namaskar. All the best.
A very warm greeting of the day to the Honorable Chief Justice, Delhi High Court, Mr. Justice Manmohan, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Shakdher, Honorable Mr. Justice Suresh Kumar Kait, all the esteemed judges of the Honorable Delhi High Court, Mr. Chetan Sharma, Additional Solicitor General Union of India, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Jatan Singh, Vice President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, Honorary Secretary, Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Secretary, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sanjay Law, Standing Counsel Criminal, Government of NCT of Delhi, all the scholarly Additional Standing Council of Government of NCT of Delhi, all the scholarly Standing Council of Central Government, executive members of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. A.S. Chandyok, Senior Advocate, former President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, other distinguished senior advocates, Mr. Murari Tiwari, former Chairman, Bar Council of Delhi, learned members of the bar, family members of Honorable Justice Shakdher and Justice Kait, and everyone present here. We gather here today to bid farewell to two exceptional judges, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Shakdher and Honorable Mr. Justice Suresh Kumar Kait, who have left indelible mark on our Delhi High Court and prepared to assume their new role as the Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh High Court and Madhya Pradesh High Court, respectively. While we celebrate this momentum occasion, we also reflect on the remarkable contributions they have made to the judiciary, particularly here at Delhi High Court. Justice Shakdher's journey to the judiciary is one of the exceptional academic achievement and professional distinction. He completed his BCom from Delhi University in 1984, followed by obtaining his LLB degree from Faculty of Law, University of Delhi in 1987. Not content with just excelling in law, Justice Shakdher also completed his chartered accountancy in the same year, earning membership in the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in 1988. His thirst for knowledge and global perspective led him to the prestigious Chevening Scholarship, allowing him to pursue an advanced course in law at Institute of Advanced Legal Studies at the University of London in 1994. His designation as a senior advocate in 2005 further cemented his stature as the leading voice in the legal community. Justice Shakdher's legal practice was wide-ranging, encompassing the Supreme Court of India and the High Courts of Delhi and other jurisdictions, as well as a specialized tribunal dealing with taxation, insolvency, and corporate laws. His expertise in the commercial litigation, constitutional law, corporate and taxation, coupled with his vast experience in civil litigation, made him a formidable advocate and an insightful judge. His appointment as an additional judge of the Delhi High Court in April 2008 and subsequent confirmation as a permanent judge in October 2011 marked the beginning of illustrious career. He served with distinction not only in the Delhi High Court, but also during his tenure as the Madras High Court from 2016 to 2018, where his intellectual rigor and calm demeanor earned him the respect of his peers and the legal fraternity. In both Madras and Delhi, Justice Shakdher chaired the Information and Technology Committees, showcasing his forward-thinking approach and integrating technology with the judiciary. What sets Justice Shakdher apart, however, is not merely his legal acumen, but his exemplary temperament while discharging his judicial function. He has a remarkable ability to balance the demands of equity and humanity with the strictures of law. In every order he has passed, whether in civil litigation, corporate disputes, or constitutional matters, Justice Shakdher has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to uphold the rule of law while ensuring justice remained fair and compassionate. His judgment reflects a deep understanding of complexities of modern society and the nuanced issues that come before the courts. He has consistently shown that legal statutes, while sacrosanct, must apply in the way that reflects the human realities behind each case. His balanced approach ensures that justice is served not only in the legal term, but also in the practical and equitable ways. This ability to marry the rigid boundaries of statutes with the spirit of fairness and equity is what makes Justice Shakdher's judicial work exemplary. As Justice Shakdher now takes up his new responsibility as the Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh High Court, we are confident that his intellect, judicial wisdom, and compassion will continue to serve the judiciary and the society at large. His time on the bench here at the Delhi High Court has left an indelible mark, and his leadership in Himachal Pradesh will undoubtedly enhance the administration of justice in that region. Justice Shakdher, your calm and measured approach, your deep understanding of law, and your dedication to the justice will be sorely missed in Delhi High Court. However, we are proud to see you rise to the esteemed position of Chief Justice, knowing that your sense of fairness, humanity, and the legal brilliance will guide you in the important work ahead. We wish you continued success in your new role and trust that the people of Himachal Pradesh will be greatly benefit from your leadership and wisdom. Justice Kait's life and career have been a testament to dedication, perseverance, and profound commitment to the justice. Born on May 24, 1963, in the village Kakaut, Haryana, he rose from a simple beginning to become a beacon of integrity and fairness in the judiciary. His educational journey began with a degree in humanities from University College Kurukshetra, where his leadership qualities were already evident. During his time there, he was not only awarded a University Merit Certificate, but also led as a unit leader in the National Service Scheme. His post-graduation in political science from Kurukshetra University further demonstrated his intellectual curiosity and his dedication to understanding the broader societal framework. Elected as a joint secretary of the Students' Union, his sense of responsibility towards society became a defining feature of his career. Justice Kait's foray into legal worlds began when he obtained his law degree from Campus Law Center, University of Delhi, and was enrolled as an advocate in 1989. As the first in his family to enter the legal profession, his journey serves as an inspiration to many. His distinguished career as a panel lawyer and senior counsel for prestigious institutions such as UPSC and Railway showcased his legal acumen. His appointment as a standing counsel for the central government in 2004 marked the beginning of his rise in the public legal service, a position he has held until elevation to the judiciary. Elevated as additional judge of the Delhi High Court on September 5, 2008, and made a permanent judge on April 12, 2013, Justice Kait's judicial career has been a reflection of his deep understanding of law and society. His subsequent transfer to the first High Court of Judicature at Hyderabad for the state of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh in 2016, and later back to the Delhi in 2018, only strengthened his legacy of fairness and legal wisdom. What truly sets Justice Kait apart, however, is not just his technical expertise of law, but his profound sense of justice for underprivileged. Throughout his career, he has been deeply committed to protecting the right and interest of downtrodden, poor children and women. His judgments have been infused with the deep sense of compassion, ensuring justice reaches to the most vulnerable in the society. Even while passing orders within the strict bounds of law and statutes, he never lost sight of the practical aspect and equities of each case. His rulings are a reflection of his belief that justice is not just a concept, but a lived reality for those who need it the most. As he stepped into the new role of Chief Justice of Madhya Pradesh High Court, we have no doubt that Justice Kait will continue to uphold the value of fairness, compassion, and justice. His deep understanding of societal issues, his unwavering dedication to upholding the rights of the marginalized, and his profound legal wisdom will undoubtedly serve him well in the new position. Your Lordship, Justice Kait, you leave behind a legacy that will be remembered by all of us at Delhi High Court. While we miss your presence here, we know that Madhya Pradesh High Court will be greatly benefit from your wisdom, your empathy, and your sense of justice. We wish you all the success in your new role as a Chief Justice and look forward to seeing your continued contribution to the cause of justice in our nation. On behalf of Government of and City of Delhi and my team, I am honored to extend warm congratulations to Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Shakdher on his elevation as the Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh, and Honorable Mr. Justice Suresh Kumar Kait on his elevation as the Chief Justice of Madhya Pradesh. As you depart from this esteemed court, We acknowledge your invaluable contribution to the Delhi High Court. Your leadership, wisdom, and commitment to the justice have left an indelible mark. While we bid farewell with a sense of loss, we take a pride in knowing your distinguished career will continue shaping the judiciary. We wish you both outstanding success, happiness, and fulfillment in your new roles. Thank you for your tireless service to the justice. Thank you.
आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार. I have been directed by my elder brother to cut short my script, so I'm not going to repeat. Honorable Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, Justice Manmohan, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Shakdher Sir, Honorable Mr. Justice Suresh Kumar Kait Sir, and other Honorable Judges of this Honorable High Court. Mr. Chetan Sharma, Learned Additional Solicitor General of India, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President Delhi High Court Bar Association, and my elder brother, Mr. Jatan Singh, Vice President Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Honorary Secretary Delhi High Court Bar Association, other members of the Executive Committee and former office bearers of DSCBA, Mr. Santosh Kumar Tripathi and Mr. Sanjay Law, Standing Counsel, Jain City of Delhi, Mr. A.S. Chandyok Sir, former President Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Kirti Uppal Sir, Senior Advocate and former President Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Ramesh Gupta Sir, Member and former Chairman Bar Council of Delhi, and Mr. Murari Tiwari, Member and former Chairman Bar Council of Delhi, and other esteemed members of Bar Council of Delhi, other office bearer of District Court Bar Association, Standing Councils Union of India, ASCs, and other government councils, learned senior advocates present in the courtroom, and esteemed members of Delhi High Court Bar Association, friends, family of Justice Rajiv Shakdher Sir and Justice Suresh Kait Sir. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have gathered here to bid farewell to two of the most phenomenal judges of this August High Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Shakdher Sir and Honorable Mr. Justice Suresh Kumar Kait, upon their Lordship elevation as Chief Justice of High Court of Himachal Pradesh and High Court of Madhya Pradesh respectively. It is indeed a matter of great pride that after a successful and remarkable journey at this prestigious High Court of Delhi, our beloved Justice Rajiv Shakdher Sir and Justice Suresh Kumar Kait Sir are embarking on a new journey. I, on behalf of my chairman, Mr. Suresh Kumar, Mr. Surya Prakash Khatri, and other esteemed members of Bar Council of Delhi, take this as an opportunity to extend my heartiest congratulations to both our esteemed lordships for their elevation as the Chief Justice of High Court of Himachal Pradesh and High Court of Madhya Pradesh, respectively. Justice Shakdher joined the bar in November 1987 and established himself as a distinguished lawyer in the High Court of Delhi and Supreme Court. His lordship was designated as a senior advocate in December 2005 and was appointed as panel lawyer for the Union of India in the Honorable Supreme Court. After his successful innings as a lawyer, his lordship was elevated to the bench as an additional judge of High Court of Delhi in April 2008 and became a permanent judge in October 2011. Justice Shakdher was transferred to the Madras High Court in 2016 and lordship was transferred back to the parent High Court on January 15, 2018. Known for his intelligence, integrity, diligence, patience, and courteous demeanor, Justice Shakdher has earned the admiration of both the bar and the public. Justice Shakdher has served with distinction as the Vice Chairperson of the Arbitration Center and as a member of the various committees, including those focused on improving living conditions in Nirmal Chaya Home and the functioning of the observation homes under the Juvenile Justice Act. His contributions to the Computer Committee and improvements in the court technology are also commendable. His landmark judgments on his commitment to clear case backlogs reflect his dedication to justice. His lordship has consistently demonstrated the virtues of humility and simplicity throughout his esteemed career. Despite his vast knowledge of the law and the respect he commands in the legal community, he has always been a figure of great modesty, treating everyone with kindness and respect. His approach to justice has been one of the quiet strength, always listening intently and deciding with fairness. His humility has made him not only an exceptional judge, but also a role model of integrity and compassion for all of us. His ability to remain grounded despite his high position is a testament to his character and values. For the young lawyers present in court today, Justice Shakdher's life teaches us that true greatness is not in seeking applause, but in serving with sincerity. As William Wordsworth wisely said, the best portion of a good man's life is his little, nameless, unremembered acts of kindness and love. Justice Shakdher's career is a shining example of this truth, as it is marked by countless acts of quiet service and dedication to justice. Let his legacy inspire us to carry ourselves with the same humility, remembering that in simplicity lies true strength. As Justice Shakdher prepares to take oath as Chief Justice of the Himachal Pradesh High Court, we extend our heartiest gratitude to Justice Shakdher for his enormous contribution to the judiciary. His positive attitude, hard work, integrity will undoubtedly inspire future generations. No matter wherever you go, sir, your lordship will always be in our hearts, and we are really going to miss your presence. On behalf of Bar Council of Delhi and my entire team, I extend Justice Shakdher our best wishes for all his future endeavors. May he be continued to be blessed with profound success and fulfillment in all his pursuits. Justice Suresh Kait was born in Kaithal, Haryana, and pursued his graduation as well as post-graduation from Kurukshetra University, Haryana. Least to mention that during his post-graduation, his lordship, owing to his active interest in politics, held the post of Joint Secretary of Students' Union. After obtaining his LLB degree from Campus Law Center, Delhi University, his lordship got enrolled with Bar Council of Delhi as an advocate in 1989. His lordship served as the senior counsel for UPSC and Railways and was also appointed as standing counsel for Central Committee in 2004. By sheer dint of his hard work, sincerity, and legal acumen, his lordship genuinely carved out a place for himself, because of which he was appointed as an additional judge of this High Court and later was made permanent judge of this prestigious High Court in April 2013. It was in the month of April 2016, for a short period, his lordship was transferred to the High Court of Judiciary at Hyderabad for the state of Telangana and the state of Andhra Pradesh, but was transferred back to his parent High Court in October 2018. Justice Kait has been a member of Committee for Appointment of Officer of High Court, a member of Court Development Planning Committee and Building Maintenance and Construction Committee, House Avenue, and has always carved out time from his busy schedule to render his valuable inputs for the smooth functioning of the institution in one way or the other. Justice Suresh Kait's tenure has been marked by landmark judgments that have a profound impact on our legal system and society at large. He has not only upheld the law, but with an ironclad commitment, but has also ensured that scales of justices are balanced with compassion and fairness. It is worthwhile to mention that beyond these courtroom also, Justice Suresh Kumar Kait has been approachable and used to offer his wisdom and guidance with humility and grace. He has been a mentor, a guide, and an inspiration to many, and his dedication to nurture young legal minds and to foster a culture of continuous learning has enriched our legal community. Sir, your contributions to the Delhi High Court, to the legal fraternity and society as a whole will be remembered and cherished for years to come. Justice Kait has always conveyed and implemented access to fast, inexpensive and expeditious justice, which is the basic human right, and has always stressed for efforts to be made to reduce backlog of cases. We are grateful for your service and are honored to have the privilege of working alongside you. Being a judge, he has always worked hard for the upliftment of the downtrodden people of this society. I am proud to say that Honorable Justice Kait has always endeavored to give justice to a common man in his own language, as it often happens that a agreed person doesn't understand what is going on in the court between his lawyer and the judge, and understanding the gravity of such a situation, Justice Kait always used to explain to him in his own simple language and at the same time try to give them justice immediately. I would also like to inform the august gathering that Honorable Justice Suresh Kait is very fond of poetry and music, and the verse spoken by him either in a court or otherwise are very beautiful and full of meaning. Justice Suresh Kait will be greatly missed here at Delhi, and at the same time, I am sure that litigant, public and lawyers fraternity at Madhya Pradesh of High Court will be immensely benefited. We salute for your devotion towards this sacred institution and wish you to have a great future ahead. As you all know, Justice Kait is fond of poems and poetry. To complete my stance, I would like to dedicate few couplets for both the lordships. मैंने ये जाना था कि मेरी शायरियों के अल्फाज गूंगे हैं. मैंने ये जाना था कि मेरी शायरियों के अल्फाज गूंगे हैं, पर सुना है पढ़ने वालों के दिल में भी बहुत शोर करते हैं. Now, another couplet for both of you, sir. मुझको मेरी वजूद की हद तक ना जानिए, मुझको मेरी वजूद के हद तक ना जानिए, बेहद हूं, बेहिसाब हूं, बेइंतहा हूं. नमस्कार.
I find Bar Council is competing with our Vice President. Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable the Chief Justice Designate, Delhi High Court, Justice Manmohan, the two designated Chief Justices of Himachal Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh High Courts, Justice Shakdher and Justice Kait, Honorable Judges of this Honorable High Court, the learned Additional Solicitor General Chetan Sharma ji, Mr. Jatan Singh Sandeep Sharma, Vice President Secretary of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, the other distinguished executive members of the committee, former presidents of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, the other office bearers, Mr. Santosh Tripathi and Mr. Sanjay Lau, standing counsels of the Government of NCT of Delhi, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, Secretary Bar Council of Delhi, and the other distinguished members of the Bar Council of Delhi present, office bearers of District Court Bar Associations, senior counsels, and my dear friends, family and friends of Justice Shakdher and Justice Kait. History in a way repeats itself today. Ladies and gentlemen, as we assemble here today one more time to bid yet another farewell to our very own Honorable Justice Rajiv Shakdher and Justice Suresh Kumar Kait, albeit this time their destinations and designations are different. There used to be an adequate heads up before such events, and I would have the time to ruminate and pen down my thoughts about the judge's demitting office. It is a travesty to sum up the emotions of the bar on such short notice, as we are compelled to part ways with not only the two pillars earlier of this bar, but of course of this bench as well. It is indeed an honor and privilege to hold this office and to have an opportunity to express the emotions of the members of the bar as we stand to lose two of our own. Our sorrow of losing you is matched only by our pride and joy of seeing you both attain new heights and glory. While Honorable Justice Rajiv Shakdher is headed to take on the mantle of Chief Justice of the Honorable High Court of Himachal Pradesh, Justice Kait is going to the state of Madhya Pradesh to assume the same role of Chief Justice of their High Court. With whatever little time I had, I may only add on a few words to those already said by the speakers before me. On behalf of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, the home bar of these distinguished men, while their professional journeys have been spoken of and their odysseys have been recounted, I may add only to the feelings and emotions of the bar in this hour. Firstly, as we bid farewell to Justice Rajiv Shakdher, Justice Shakdher, a stalwart to say the least, had come to become an integral part not only of this great city, but more particularly of this honorable court. Going through several metamorphoses during his illustrious career, he has assumed various roles at the bar as well as at the bench. And I must say, he has done justice to each one of those roles. As a counsel, the then Justice Shakdher rose to acclaim on account of his academic brilliance and ethics, earning praise and recognition from his peers and seniors, as well as the adoration and admiration of his juniors as well, including myself and my contemporaries present here today. As a judge, Justice Shakdher has done all he can and a little more to live up to his role as parent patriae of this institution. From dispensing landmark judgments to heading various committees of this court to spearheading various initiatives and innovations, Justice Shakdher truly dedicated his life to uplifting and defending the spirit of the law, and at the same time ensured the constant growth and improvement of this glorious institution. A cool temper and a precision of thought was his hallmark. Sir, today, when we say that our High Court is the foremost, it is the best High Court in the nation, it is because of your innumerable sacrifices, your tireless efforts, and constant encouragement to the bar as well as the bench to keep marching on. We can only hope to follow in your footsteps to ensure that the sterling quality and the untarnished image of this institution remains unscathed. To enumerate or summarize my Lord's landmark judgment or recapitulating his work over the last 16 years, would be futile and may require the publication of a book. Destiny has been such that he cannot be separated from us for long. And yet the same destiny will bring him to us once again, God willing. Thus, there is a silver lining that is after all, not a goodbye, but a celebration of my Lord's life and work, as he is given a new role, and we will eagerly be awaiting your return from your sojourn at Shimla. The German greeting of Wiederhören is more appropriate one at this hour. Goodbye till we meet again. My Lord, while it is true that you have set standards that are tough to match, but it is those standards that have come to define this institution, and the youngsters at the bar urged me to say on their behalf that while they are elated with your elevation, they stand to lose a great teacher and mentor, having given them patient hearings and having showered them with kind words, even when they faltered in the court, appearing before you. I agree with them and indeed regret that the newer generations may not know what it was like to present a case before you. Nevertheless, your thought process, meticulous appreciation of the law, and just disposal of the cases will live forever through the words penned down by you. In that, your work will live forever. Having produced luminaries such as yourself, this bar is proud. And given your example, this bar ought to produce nothing less. I may be permitted to say a few words to bid farewell to Justice Suresh Kait. Emotions are high indeed as we bid farewell to yet another gem of this court, who, just like Justice Shakdher, has been of this court and for this court for the entirety of his long and illustrious career. As in the case of Justice Shakdher, destiny has been unsuccessful in keeping Justice Kait away from us for long as well. And with a glimmer of hope, it is the desire and wish of the members of this bar that perhaps my Lord too will return to this great city, albeit in a new avatar. Our fingers remain crossed, sir. The humble yet stern Justice Kait as a counsel came to be the elder brother of the bar and donned several roles during his practice and did justice to them. I may be permitted to say he is one of the few men I have met who understand the fabric of this city and understand the various perspectives one has to be mindful of when being here. That being said, few are suited to be a judge of this court as Justice Kait. Justice Kait began his tryst with Delhi by enrolling himself at the Faculty of Law. Being a first-generation lawyer, he worked tirelessly and showed grit. While adhering to the letter of law with strictness, Justice Kait would dispose of his roster cases with utmost compassion for citizens and would be circumspect while adjudicating a plethora of disputes, being wary of the ground realities and the needs and interests of the people of this city. That is why he was able to pass bold judgments to secure the ends of justice. Justice Kait is as grounded as they come, and over the years, he permitted the bar to reach out to him for guidance and inspiration. However, what this bar is truly regretful of is losing the characteristic, inimitable, and unmistakable sense of humor my Lord possessed. It is no secret that Justice Kait's one-liners in the court would dispel all hostilities, and the parties sparring before him would be compelled to drop their arms. Such is his charm and control over the courtroom. It is fit to say his iron fist was gloved with humility, goodwill, and common sense, which are quite frankly the need of the hour in these times. I must say the state of Madhya Pradesh and its people are fortunate to receive Justice Kait as their Chief Justice, for he has the life experience and careful understanding it requires to appreciate the ground realities from the topmost echelons. The workload will be immense, but I'm sure our brethren at the MP High Court and the bar will assist my lords in his new assignment to their best capabilities and talents. That being said, no workload or assignment can be too daunting for the bold and brave Justice Kait, who hails, after all, from Kapisthal, the birthplace of Lord Hanuman himself. That being said, my lord, it is apposite to wish you luck, good health as you depart on your journey to the Vindhyas. My congratulations to the families of Justice Shakdher and Justice Kait. There is much to say and heart yearns, but I am forced to keep these proceedings time-bound, and there are flights to catch for many. Thus, on my behalf and on behalf of the Delhi High Court Bar Association and its members, I wish you both, Justice Shakdher and Justice Kait, the very best of health, contentment, while you serve in your next assignments, and we will be eagerly waiting your returns to your real homes, that is Delhi. Thank you. Jai Hind.
I today know what lawyers feel. I've been put under tremendous pressure. They're looking at the watch and telling me, Justice Shakdher, wind it up. But this is, as they say, perhaps my last conversation with you. It's not a speech. I don't like speeches. I don't like speaking from the lectern. I sometimes feel people are captive audience. They are made to listen to judges, whereas we should be listening to them. Having said so, ladies and gentlemen, it's been pleasure, complete pleasure, having been the judge of this court. Let me, therefore, quickly read out the names, and if I miss a name, it's only to help you to get to the next block to have a cup of tea with us. So, Honorable the Acting Chief Justice, Mr. Manmohan, my dear, affectionate friends on the bench, senior advocates, and I see a lot of them, my friends from all over. I mean, I've been member of so many committees that all of them have come here only because of their love and affection, which I hope I'm able to reciprocate. If not in this life, some other life. And of course, my family members who are here in large numbers. I see other friends also. So, Mr. Chetan Sharma, the learned ASG, Mr. Mohit Mathur, Mr. Jatan Singh, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Mr. Surprakash Khatri, Mr. Sanjeev Nathyar, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, Mr. Nitin Alawat, Mr. Atul Kumar Sharma, Mr. N.G. Sharma, Mr. Jitendra Solanki, Mr. Inder Singh Saroha, Mr. Manjeet Mathur, Praveen Chowdhury, Raman Sharma, Jagdeep Watts, Mr. O.N. Sharma, Mr. Vinod Sharma, Mr. Vipin Chowdhury, and of course, Mr. Santosh Kumar Tripathi. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter in my life. In this court, as I take a bow for the last time, the memories of the past come rushing to my mind. Wet around the years, I literally stumbled into the court from modest ambitions of being a flyer, if you like. I liked the jumpsuit, I liked the glares. I strayed into accountancy and then law. Accountancy was a millstone. I wanted to share it as easily as I adorned it. Not because it was not a noble profession, but the drudgery of all sucked the life out of me. Audits, drawing up balance sheets, reconciliation of accounts did not enthuse me at all. Law seemed noble, if you like. Courts looked appealing and majestic at times, overwhelming. The gravitas caught my imagination, but it soon disappeared. I thought I was reasonably qualified to enter a chamber, a degree in accountancy, and law seemed respectable. I found that it was not enough. I floundered from one chamber to another with no response. I discovered the horrors of a deeply entrenched system. You had to know someone in the profession to get into a decent chamber. Even to prove to yourself that you did not have it in you what was required to be a good lawyer, i.e. a complete fool. Finally, the babudam, a derisive term used to paint all good souls with one brush, came to my aid. My uncle, my mentor, took me to a very eminent senior advocate, who in turn referred me to another advocate. Our commonality, to my horror, was accountancy. To add to my discomfiture, I was soon followed by a chambermaid who was also an accountant lawyer. My thoughts ranged from, "Ye accountancy meri jaan leke rahegi," to a life without future. Something like a black and white shot of an emaciated couple in Three Idiots. As my senior tundled from one court to another, my colleague and me presented a picture of Mary and her little lambs, being untrained and uninitiated. I found it hard to appreciate that when a matter was put aside temporarily for hearing, it is referred to as Passover, which is the Jewish festival that celebrates redemption from slavery. Or how could a matter be adjourned sine die? with no returnable date. Talwana and Ahmed were two gentlemen I could never locate in the district court on the first day when I entered it. Little knowing, one referred to the process and the other a position that an employee held in court. Years of penury drilled sense into me. Adapt or perish. I learned the trade, acquired a small library, wrote pleadings in hand, got work which no one wanted. Manmohan exhibited that during our earlier, let's say, he gave me what he didn't want to argue, and I ended up doing free 15 hearings, but it was lovely. I rose, as I say, from the stage of no work, no money, to some work and some money. Diligence paid, friends helped. Clients in the beginning who acted like Shylock turned magnanimous. I came to a stage where there was a lot of work and good recompense, till God smiled. I was offered judgeship. The honor floored me. Tongue-tied, I accepted the offer. The backdrop changed from a black and white shot of emaciated couple to hallucination about the mines in the film Kala Patthar. The only difference was that these mines seemed inexhaustible. The more one mined, the more one came to lift. Every story has a learning. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, we don't pause and think what nature and God has bestowed on us. I was entitled. I came from a service background, had the opportunity to go to the best institutions, had a roof over my head, and was not differently abled. And yet, it was not easy to break into the profession. When you look around, there are several who are not as lucky as me, or were not as lucky as me. You can become, if not Arjun, and this is to the unentitled lot, certainly an Eklavya. Some would argue that Eklavya was a greater hero, a tribesman who gave his thumb as Guru Dakshina for the asking. There is a debate why he was asked to sever his thumb. Was it to ensure further progress of Dronacharya's favorite disciple, or was it a pure administrative decision to quell the possibility of a potential uprising by Eklavya's tribe in the future? The jury is still out. For believers, scriptures, holy texts are important. But what we understand and absorb is important. Draupadi's measured response after her anger had settled. There is, and I don't know how many of you know the story, that when the Mahabharata, when the battle ended, Ashwathama entered the camp and he was so incensed what had happened to his master that he slayed all infants while they were sleeping. So the Pandavas went, Krishna went looking for Ashwathama, only to get him back to Draupadi, because Draupadi had said, I will not tie my hair till you get that man here. But look at her response. When Ashwathama was brought to her, Krishna, being the agent provocator, asked her, what do we do with Ashwathama? Bhima represented anger, passion. He said, we must decapitate him. But what was Draupadi's response? She said, Ashwathama's mother should not be inflicted with the same pain that I have been inflicted. So what was the learning? When you read your scriptures, what was the learning? The learning for me was that proportionality is important. There is always another way. Decapitation for Draupadi was not the way that she wanted to go. And that's why I sometimes, and my friends here at the bench know that, off the head approach at times needs a pause. There is always another way. Ashwathama was let loose after being stripped of his social rank. Thus to the untitled, if I can use that expression, that you may be unconnected uninitiated and untrained. But if you have fire in your belly, you can unshackle the entrenched system, fight biases of caste, greed, and economics. You have to learn to march to the tune of your own drummer. The trouble only is when there are two drummers sitting on the bench, then we need symphony. I have tried to do exactly that. Constantly dribbling is not an option for judges. We have to learn to net the ball. We are judges. People watch us silently. People evaluate us. It's my abiding belief. It is not important where you reach in life, but what you do where you are. Opportunity, they say, strikes at the door but once. To do good, grasp it with both hands. Just as H.R. Khanna symbolizes this phenomenon, he and his kind often capture our mind space, inspiring many who tread that path. Before I end, and because we are short of time, I don't want to name all those who've helped me in this journey. My staff, my friends at the bar, my family, and several others. They know what I feel about them. My law researchers are here. They know what I feel about them. We have an emotional connect. I have an emotional connect with you. So more power to you. God bless you. And thank you for your patience.
Justice Manmohan, the Honorable Designated Chief Justice of this Court, Justice Shakdher, Designated Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh High Court, my esteemed brother and sister colleagues, Mr. Chetan Sharma, Additional Solicitor General of India, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President of Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, Honorary Secretary of Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Jatan Singh, Vice President, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Honorary Secretary of Delhi Bar Association, President and Executive Members of all the Bar Associations, Delhi Government Standing Council, Civil, Criminal and all Central Government and State Government law officers, senior advocates, members of the Bar, family members of Justice Shakdher, Saroj, my wife, Bhabhi Kaushalya ji, my nephew Bhupender Singh, Kaushaljit, my son, Kritagya Kumar, my second twin sons, Dr. Diksha, my daughter-in-law, Manoj Kumar, my samdhi, and Anita ji, my samdhan in absentia. First of all, I thank all the previous speakers who said all truth about me and my family members. One thing I can say, no part of my speech has been stolen by Justice Shakdher. While sitting here at this moment, I feel a milestone is less about the finish line and more about the path you have walked to reach it. The journey has been not so easy for me. As you all know, I belong to a very humble background. I was born and brought up in a village. I passed matriculation in the year 1979 from Government High School of my village, where most of my classes were under the trees only. However, I hardly got the feel of classroom. For my higher studies, I applied in two courses, that is LLB and Master in Political Science. I chose political science over LLB as I had fear in my mind, being a first generation lawyer. However, destiny had chosen LLB for me. So on completion of my post-graduation in political science in the year 1985, I got admission in LLB in Campus Law Center, University of Delhi. ना वकील बनना था, ना जज बनने का शौक था, पर किस्मत ने कहा तू पढ़ाई कर, फैसला हम सुनाएंगे। After completing my law, once I was sitting with my brother to discuss from where to start practicing law profession, like Kathal, Karnal, Kurukshetra, Chandigarh or Delhi. My father heard and intervened while saying, you can decide as you like, but my suggestion to you is to not start practice at Kathal, Karnal or Kurukshetra, but to start practice either from Chandigarh or Delhi. He said that in small cities, growth will be small, and in big city, sky is the limit. Having no godfather, being the first generation in legal profession, I happened to meet late Sri Vatan Singh Ji, advocate, practicing in criminal side at Patiala House Court Complex, and practiced with him for almost 4 years. He was indeed my first guru in profession who taught me to learn criminal law, but with heart. Thereafter, in the year 1996, as you all know, and I will not repeat, I came on the panel of Railway first, then Union of India, and Special Council of Railway thereafter, and finally the Standing Council for Central Government on 3rd June 2004. I am grateful to the then Chief Justices, Justice A.P. Shah, Justice Deepak Mishra, Justice D. Burgeshan, Justice N.V. Ramana, Justice G. Rohini, Justice Rajendra Menon, and Justice D.N. Patel, who showed immense confidence in me. I am also thankful to Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, the then Chief Justice and now Supreme Court Judge, and Justice Manmohan, who is sitting next to me, for their trust in me. As all you know, on 5th September 2008, that is Teachers' Day, I was elevated as a judge of this court. With highest regards, I pay my gratitude to Honorable Justice M.K. Sharma, the then Chief Justice of this court, and the Collegium members, Honorable Justice T.S. Thakur and Honorable Mr. Justice Manmohan Sareen, who recommended my name. Thereafter, approved by Supreme Court's Collegium, headed by the then Chief Justice of India, Justice K.J. Balakrishnan. I cannot forget the contribution rendered in my elevation by Shri Hansraj Bhardwaj ji, the then Law Minister of this country. I have been very fortunate to hold division benches with my senior and outstanding judges like Justice Madan B. Lokar, First DB, Justice A.K. Sikri, Justice Vikramjit Sen, Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, Justice Sanjeev Khanna, Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt, Justice Hima Kohli, Justice Pradeep Nandar Jog, Justice B.N. Chaturvedi, Justice Anil Kumar as the judges of this court. I convey my sincere regard to Justice Pradeep Nandar Jog, who has been my mentor and my guru. I am blessed to have his guidance as and when I need it. I also convey my thanks to my fellow colleague judges with whom I had the division benches. Justice Anup Jairam Bambani, who has quick understanding of the case and the law. Justice Sudhir Kumar Jain, who is a relief giver. Justice Saurabh Banerjee, who works with a great enthusiasm. Justice Girish Kataria, who goes by law to give relief. Justice Manoj Jain, who love to work and make quick disposal. Justice Shailendarkar, who has a soft heart and good application of law. I am most thankful to Justice Neena Bansal Krishna, who was my classmate also in law, for her unlimited support and vast contribution in early disposal of family matters. Today, sitting here on this chair, I remember my respected father, late Sri Sahab Diaram, without whose efforts it would not have been possible for me to reach this height. My father's mission of life was to educate all children, and he used to say, if you get a job, even of a PN in some government department, your life would be better than other villages. I remember once my father was cutting grass with hand-driven weeding machine single-handedly, and I was doing my homework. Then I left my homework and got up to help him out, but outrightly he said, never leave your studies for any other work. I also deeply I also deeply remember my mother, late Smith Shanti Devi, silent sacrifices and dedication to ensure we had the best opportunity from our limited resources. Seeing my father's hard work, I made up my mind to live up to his expectations and give best in my studies, so to change graph of our life. On this day, I also remember my eldest brother, late Shri Jitram Kait, who studied up till 10th class and was working as UDC when he got married. However, with my father's inspiration, he continued to study, and in the year 1973, he got selected in Indian Revenue Services through UPSC. In the year 1974, my same brother was selected as an IPS officer. However, he continued to work in Central Excise and Custom Department, where he reached up to level of commissioner, and thereafter, in the year 2001, he was selected as member of the Custom Excise Self-Appellate Tribunal, who retired in the year 2005. My said brother was 18 and a half years elder to me and was a fatherly figure who, along with my father, took our family's education graph to the next level. My brother had no child, and despite availability of all possible medical facilities, he chose to treat his younger siblings as his children and ensure their good education, including me. My brother's role in making me achieve this height would not be complete until I mention name of my Bhabi, Smith Kausalyaji, sitting in the first row of the left side. I'm also grateful to my second elder brother, Shri Baljit Singh Kait, who has also a genus and national scholarship holder. However, the irony of his life was that despite having scored a seat in IIT Kanpur in aeronautical branch, he could not make his place due to financial crunch despite my family's best efforts and had to pursue BSc. He got selected as a probationary officer in Bank of Baroda in the year 1975. He could reach up to the level of chief manager despite his health issues. Why I'm mentioning his name? Because he has brought a revolution to our culture. So, he married my late Bhabiji Sushila-ji in the year 1976, who was postgraduate in political science, and when he brought her in Dolly for the first time in our village, the new Dulan was without wheel, that is Parda, and despite resistance by the family and villagers, my father stood as a rock to his decision. Since then, there is no Parda system in our family and extended family. My younger brother, the fourth one, Kuldeep Singh Kait, also did his MPhil and PhD from JNU and is now posted as professor in geography in PG College at Gurgaon. I wish him all the very best in his life. I also convey my regards to my sisters who gave me immense affection and took care of me. I remember and convey my heartiest regard to my first school teacher, Shri Ramchandraji. Stop. My parents' name named me Suresh, and as per Hindu mythology, one of its synonym is Indra. The creator of this word is Brahma, who is said to have emerged from the flower lotus, which has its synonym sorrows. So, creator So the Creator has gifted me the best of flower, sorrows, and I'm extremely blessed to have her as my life partner. Achieving this place would not have been possible without sorrows. I remember when I joined the profession as an advocate and had a very few cases in hand and was struggling to establish my practice. However, sorrows extended full support both morally and financially since she was in Delhi Police Service. She has turned out to be an excellent architecture and designer of my life, my home, my career, my children, my health and everything. Stop. Also, Brahma and Indra are both worshipped as protector of a historical Buddha and often depicted as giving first bath to the infant Buddha, who is always a source of inspiration for me. I am blessed with two sons who are my pillar of strength. Whatever I could perform was because support of their support, who never sought time from judicial work for their pleasure. They always supported me in doing work even on Saturday, Sunday and holiday, either in court or at my residence. I wish them all the very best in their life and profession being advocates. We have added one more member to our family, my daughter-in-law, Dr. Diksha Kait, who is sitting in front row, left side the last, who is pursuing PG in ophthalmology from Maulana Azad Medical College. I feel the vacuum of not having a daughter at home is now filled by her. My work would not have been accomplished without assistance of my competent staff, who without bothering for working hours or holiday extended their full support. I convey my thanks to my private secretaries, First Private Secretary, Mr. J.K. Batra, Mr. Rota Singh thereafter, for their brilliant work and support. I thank my current Private Secretary, Prem Bala Chabra, who has now been promoted as Deputy Registrar, for tirelessly extending me support to handle administrative matters. My court master, Mr. Bharat Gulati, who has been big support in handling the court session. I appreciate the work and conduct of Ms. Roji Munjal, Private Secretary, Mr. Rohit Kumar, Senior PA, Ms. Umang Khanna, Senior PA, and Ms. Alka Bobal, Senior PA, for extending their support in their taking orders and judgment during late working hours and even on holiday. I am thankful to Mr. Arjun Singh, Assistant Court Master, and Manoj Singh Rawat, Restorer, posted with me. I appreciate the assistance rendered by Mr. Tushar Riddhi Sharma, Ms. Shaurya Yadvanshi as law researchers. I thank Mr. Shikandar, Mr. Parvesh, Umesh, Ajay, and Patel, our court attendants, for their dedicated service. I also thank my chauffeur, Anand Singh Chauhan, and personal security officer, Rohit Arya and Guljari Lal, attached with me for their outstanding success. At the last and most important, Mr. Jyoti Prakash Sharma, my usher, for taking care of my needs with utmost sincerity. I cannot forget the services rendered by protocol officers, including the medical protocol of this court. I especially appreciate the services of Mr. P.P. Singh Premi and Mr. Deepak Masand, who have wholeheartedly taken care of medical needs of my family, even sometime during the odd hours, sacrificing the time of their family. I'm also thankful to Dr. KJS Bansal, CMO in charge, Dr. Anju Jetani, Dr. Sant Kumar Sahu for their timely consultancy in the hours of need. I'm also thankful to Protocol Officer Prashant and Kuldeep for making my and my family's travel comfortable. I'm also thankful to all the registrars and the staff of the Registry of this Court for their services in the judicial dispensal system, without whose sincere work justice cannot be imparted so smoothly. Judges are known by the bar as the bar is the mother of the bench. I have received immense love and affection from the bar of Delhi. I can say, having appointed as judge of this court, I brought a blank canvas which has been beautifully colored by the members of the bar. I never had any dispute with anyone in all these years, and even if I said something during court proceeding, that was only with the intent to maintain the decorum of the court for dispensation of justice, and nothing was ever personal. I have also received immense love from bar and judges of Hyderabad, and I am looking forward to have the same from bar of Madhya Pradesh. Last but not least, I am a person who hails from a rural background, but has been able to achieve this height because of our constitution, and for this I pay my homage to Father of the Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. I thank you all for your support and the privilege of serving with you. Jai Hind. Thank you.
No. The referral proceeding stands closed. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.